What's going on, like fans? Appreciate you guys tuning in. Want to get another one of these in here before tomorrow's Lakers Mavs game. So they got three games coming up this week. You got Mavs, Spurs. San Antonio has lost 17 games in a row. I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. If I could be completely honest, kind of a crazy 24 hours for me. But man, I appreciate this channel so much. I really do. Badass, just love on this channel. Let's just say that. So I appreciate that. And I'll keep doing my thing. Let's get back to Los Angeles Lakers basketball. But thank you all very much for just the love. That's all. Nothing more than that. Okay, so Lakers got a couple games coming up. I want to spend a little time talking about Austin Reaves and then how I'm hoping the Lakers don't have some kind of letdown now because they won the in-season tournament and now it's just back to regular season games. So we've spent a lot of time talking about all these players coming back for the Lakers and how that's been a game changer, right? So Jared Vanderbilt came back, and this guy has a specific role. He has a specific job for the Los Angeles Lakers. Go get rebounds, go play defense. Cam Reddish, which whatever you thought his role was going to be before the season started versus what his role actually is, he's been great. And there's a lot of times it's like, get more Cam Reddish in there. I know exactly what his role is. LeBron's got a massive role. D'Angelo Russell, go be a facilitator, set other guys up, and when you can get your shots as well, go make it happen. Everybody has now, it feels like, defined roles, and that picture that the front office envisioned is starting to come to fruition. And then Austin Reaves comes into play. And I want to spend some time on Austin Reaves. I took some notes. Listen, if I ever bring out this black book, that means Sliwa means business. That means, oh man, if Al is actually writing notes for his show, the dude means business. No, I wanted to point out what Austin Reaves was doing stats-wise over his last 5 games, because since he came off the bench and since all these other players started coming back in, Austin Reaves starting to shine off the bench. And he's also a player that is looking more and more like, hey, I know exactly what this team needs me to do, so I could just go do it, and I don't have to worry about anything else other than going to go shine in my role. Here's Austin Reaves in his last 5 games for the Lakers, okay? He had a game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Lakers lost that game big. He had 14. He had a game against the Rockets, 18. Had a game against the Phoenix Suns, 20. Had a game against the Pelicans, had 17. And then in his last one against the Indiana Pacers in the in-season tournament, he dropped 28. I think what we're not paying enough attention to, and the Pacers game was a great example of it. Really, any of these last 5 games is a good example. But I think what we're not really paying enough attention to is Austin Reaves now has a specific role for the Lakers. Okay, he's going to come off the bench, so he doesn't have to worry about sharing with anybody else. He'll come off the bench, and he'll do what he's got to do. On top of that, when he comes in off the bench, he's basically going out there and I'm going to go get buckets. They're going to give him the ball and give him the space to go do what he does. A lot of ISO ball, goes one-on-one, attacks the basket, finds ways to get those tough, kind of awkward 7-8 footers, gets to the free throw line, spots up when he needs to. As much as we're pointing light of what all these other players are doing, I think there's a little bit on Austin Reaves as well, that he's able to come in off the bench for the Lakers and kind of be a game changer. When LeBron is like, okay, can I get a quick second? When Anthony Davis is like, I don't care whether you want to shoot, whether I want to shoot. Let's just get the best shot possible. I think D'Angelo Russell is a natural facilitator more than he is a natural scorer, even though he's got the ability to do both. And then everybody else that's going to chip in throughout a game, Torian will get a little bit. Cam will get a little bit. But Austin Reaves now, because everybody's back, if Reaves doesn't get you 6-7 assists, that's all right. If he doesn't get you 6 or 7 rebounds, that's okay. It's okay because you got other players that are specialists to get rebounds. You got other players that are specialists to facilitate. And I think Austin Reaves, in this roll off the bench, and now that everybody's healthy, I don't know about you guys, but he's averaging 19 points a game over his last 5 games, 19 and a half. And I feel like that's kind of where he's going to be, probably in that 16 to 19 range per night. And for those who were concerned, hey, this guy's going to come off the bench. What's going to happen? Is he going to have less of a role? Is he getting demoted? No, I just think that's a perfect role for him. And it's a perfect balance for the Lakers having some of these different players. So I want to point that out. Reaves, 19 points a game in his last 5 games. And I think a lot of it just also has to do with everybody starting to come back. That's what he's doing. And Reaves made it into my notes. Top secret stuff in here. Top secret stuff in here. Letdowns. Can the Lakers make sure they don't have any letdowns coming up this week? Because there's the Lakers kind of being on that high of playing some good basketball, winning the in-season tournament, some really, really good individual performances. But ultimately, at the end of the day for the Lakers, all right, it's time to get back to the regular season schedule. I want to point out a couple things here because the games this week for the Lakers, I think, are going to be telling. They're in a really good position to win all 3 of those games. But let me give you a little bit of background here. Standings right now: Lakers 14-9. Dallas, who the Lakers got tomorrow, 14-8. So Dallas won earlier today. I think they had Memphis, maybe one of those teams, but they took care of them. Here's the thing with the Dallas Mavericks that you got to pay attention to right now. They beat Memphis by 7. Luka had to play 44 minutes tonight, and he got a second of a back-to-back coming up tomorrow. Plus, I got no idea who's going to be healthy for the Dallas Mavericks. Tonight, they didn't play Derek Jones Jr. They didn't play Tim Hardaway, Maxi Kleber, Grant Williams, and Kyrie Irving is 100% out tomorrow, so he's not going to be in that game. He's got that right heel contusion. So not only are you playing a team on a second of a back-to-back, but on top of that, you put yourself in a position where you don't know if they're 100% healthy. Luka had to expend 44 minutes of energy. Lakers haven't played a game since Saturday. So a really nice position for the Lakers. And that's why I'm saying I hope this doesn't, all those games meant something. They were pushing, they were putting their foot on the gas. Now they take their foot off the gas. I really would like to see the Lakers continue to play good ball. Okay, so that's the Dallas game. Do you know the next 2 games the Lakers have after Dallas? They play the San Antonio Spurs. Do you know how many games the San Antonio Spurs have lost in a row? They're 3-19 on the season, have lost 17 games in a row. It better be 18-19 this week as well. They've lost 17 games in a row. The Greg Popovich and Victor Wembanyama, 17 games in a row. It's crazy. Houston, Chicago, Minnesota, New Orleans, Atlanta, Denver, Golden State, Clippers twice, Memphis, Sacramento, OKC, Miami, Minnesota, New York, Indiana, Toronto, Phoenix, or Toronto, they beat Phoenix. They started out the season 3-2, and since then they've lost 17 games in a row. Now the Pistons are saying hold my beer because Detroit's lost 20 games in a row. Lakers aren't going to be playing them, but it just kind of shows you the opportunity that the Lakers have this week, the opportunity of don't play with your food. I know Dallas has got off to a good start, but they're going to be missing a key player and potentially other players. They could, in the standings, by the time this week is all said and done, be 17-9. I know for me, I'd love for the Lakers. We've seen them so many times in that play-in tournament and this and that. Be top 4 in the West this year. Can they be top 4 in the Western Conference? And I think we all think the roster is good enough. And we all think that now that they're getting healthy, it's getting a little bit clearer of what the Lakers look like. But it's going to start tomorrow against the Dallas Mavericks. So hopefully no letdowns for the Lake Show by any stretch of the imagination. When the Lakers and the Mavs finish tomorrow, I'll obviously come on here and do my post-game show. I might have to start my post-game show a little bit later tomorrow, but I will I'll put it on YouTube. You guys will see when I'm going to come on. So I'll schedule it so that you guys know exactly when I'm going to come on. But Lakers and the Mavs tomorrow. See if they can take advantage of that. and then we roll from there, and we'll do some post-game show action. How Reaves can change everything and how he's starting to do it off the bench, and the Lakers no letdowns this week. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate you guys very much for tuning in. And appreciate you guys hanging out, supporting the channel. All those nice comments today meant a lot, so I appreciate all that. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll get with you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Lake fans.